white PVC that's sticking off, that's not in the type of clean out for a perimeter drain. That's your clean out for your sewer line.
Okay.
We can do it if we come back to do any work, but I would get a cover on that.
Okay.
You can even try to push that one back on, but you should try to keep that covered. It keeps water from in the sewer. It works harder if there's water in the sewer all the time.
And
So
that's this particular one right here.
the white one.
Yep, that one there. With the,
Because your
okay.
sewer line is coming out of the house right there.
Okay.
This is the clean out. It probably curves to clean out your house.
Okay.
So if you got a big jam inside the house, they could actually run a brush for you. That's
Okay.
what that's for.
Okay.
All right, so what I'm seeing is, okay, there's different levels. These are the, I'm going to tell you the issues that I do see. There's some things that you could do yourself too.
Okay.
Gutters, I think this house needs gutters more than anything else.
Okay. Okay.
Because what that's doing, you see this line of water?
Yeah.
Or the line? That's from the
Up there?
stream going right down, so it's hitting right next to the foundation.
Okay.
Now, you could do that and a perimeter drain and a sump pump, but I think that's way overkill. I think something like this is you take care of the most obvious, see how it does type of thing. I think your first step is to put gutters on this house.
Okay.
And I think you need to get all these vents open. You only got 3 vents open into a crawl space, and a crawl space needs airflow.
So we've heard it both ways.
Now, there's all kinds of things.
Right.
It's supposed to be winter, close them, summer, open them.
Okay.
I think in your case, I would keep them more open because you're down low grade, you have probably a tendency to be more wet than the yard across the street.
Correct. Correct. I see that.
So again, that's a personal opinion, but I don't think you got one open, one on the back, and one on that side is all that's open.
So when they do an encapsulation, right? Because we've had guys come out here and try and sell us the encapsulation.
Yep.
When they do that, they're saying, well, we'll close up all of these vents.
Man, I'm a little more old school.
Okay.
I think you should be able to open them, close them.
Okay.
But again, let me run that by Daniel and Brandon because they'll probably tell me why,
Okay.
and I'll understand it, and then I'll
Inform us. Okay. Cool. Cool.
But I think gutters is your number one thing.
Cool. Okay.
I don't think you're wet enough to need a sump pump. That would be like the third item
Okay.
if you ever need it, because that's not just because it's the most expensive for the amount of what gets done, but I think your first bet is to get gutters and to get the water running away. Now you can do gutters and then run long downspouts, kind of like what you did here.
Out into the.
Maybe see that is all going
Back up
back
into
to the
it.
house.
Gotcha.
That's running away. Okay. You just don't have the ideal situation if we even put drainage to get all the downspout water running away. I think you just need to run it away.
Okay.
I think that is probably the biggest thing, because that line of dirt, I can see it pretty much around the whole house.
Okay.
You know, we do a lot of the perimeter drains, and we do gutters. Our gutters come from Lowe's, and they're the metal ones. They come in sections, and we can put them on.
Okay.
I'll give you a price, but there's probably a chance that a gutter company can roll in here and do it for a little bit less with their on-site, form them, put them up.
Okay.
But I don't think it'll be as quick, but I can give you a quote on that.
Okay.
Perimeter drain wise, we don't have to go down that far. You know, you're 60, you're probably looking at probably like $3,000 if we were to do a perimeter drain.
Okay. Okay. That helps us understand. Okay.
A sump pump should be $1,000 to $1,200
Okay.
if you needed that. I got to price out the gutters. I haven't bought gutters in a bit.
Okay.
And then what we'll have to do is really be careful around this, because we either got to have, because the gutters drop on houses, the gutters are higher at one end, it's
And
hard
lower
to
at that.
usually, and it's lower at another.
Mm-hmm.
There, I would rather run the water that way, but I got to make sure I can clear the power line. I can move the cable line.
Right.
I got to make sure that the gutter goes below the power. You know what I mean?
Right. So
If worst case scenario, I would have to stop it, put a deflector on top, which is just a bent piece of metal that when the water comes off the roof, it hits and diverts to one side or the other.
Okay.
And then pick it back up. I think I can start and get just underneath that, you know what I mean, and make that work.
Okay. Okay. So my question, I guess, is the water we're seeing under the house. It is in your opinion that it is because we don't have gutters on here pushing the water away from the house, and that it's just hitting right next to the foundation.
Right, because it sits there.
Right.
And then the other part is something you guys can do. I think you need a lot of soil packed around your house. Now that's something we can do, but I would raise your grade up. I would raise your grade up to here.
Okay.
And again, that might be something, if you're a little hands-on,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can have a load of dirt dropped
Right.
and just wheelbarrow it around, because your grade is falling a little bit, but it's, if you go right there, it's almost level.
Okay.
If it was like this,
Easy.
the
pushing it
water
away.
would run off. Now you have to pack it. I mean, you got to walk it, let it get wet, walk it again. Like we have a tamper, a big
Yeah.
flat plate.
And just
you
yeah. I've
tamp
seen
it.
it. Okay.
But that is something
We could
you
do.
guys could do yourself.
Okay.
I would see what the gutters do, because if you decided to put a perimeter drain, well, but you know what? If you put dirt, we're just digging it up anyways. So that's not a, you know, I think between the two, and then they dry it out. But I'll talk to Daniel about the vents. I think, again, I'm old school. 53 years old, so I think they should be open when it's a wet and it allows airflow to help. I think once you stop it and then they dry out the underneath of the house, the crawl space, I think it would stay drier after the gutters are up.
Gotcha. Okay.
But again, gutters, and we can even put some corrugated black pipe and run, so you don't have the downspouts all the way out, but that would cost more money.
Okay.
But we could do that, and I would do downspout off the porch, gutters going from here, downspout on that corner,
Okay.
same on the other side,
Okay.
and then it stops at your porch, and then that would be another downspout, and then one from the porch to the corner of the house.
Familiar. Okay. Okay.
Now,
So
he brought up a bulge in the foundation.
yes, I think this is what he was looking at here.
Well, and you got another little bump out, but
Yeah.
you know what? This is an old house.
Okay.
I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
You do have some bulging, but usually it's bulging in and not out. I don't see anything that's like drastic.
Dry. Okay. Okay.
Now, there's repairs that you can make to stop it from going further, but they're fair. It's a carbon fiber. It's this. It looks like a piece of mat.
Okay.
And you cut it. You got to bolt it at the top and bolt it at the footing. You know, you run screws in, and then you put this epoxy on it, and it's supposed to be stronger than anything,
Okay.
and it'll stop it. We're talking like $700 just to get the material to do it.
Okay.
No labor. I don't know you need that.
Okay. Okay.
None of that is causing the water, and I'm not seeing any puddles. Now, question: do you have any spots? Did you have mold in the house?
Yes.
Where is there one particular spot
Our
that?
bathroom is moldy at the floor. It's mold on our window. It's the only bathroom, and that's what spearheaded this entire.
Where?
Let's figure out what's going on.
Show me it from the outside.
This window.
right there.
That's the window, and there's, I mean, you could even see the mold growing on the window, and it's on the inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you see, it's on the inside and the outside. So this
I-
is where we're seeing the most water.
I think this could help
Okay.
the cause of that. The odds are, if that's the only room that's showing mold on the windows
is.
and stuff,
It is.
it's probably it got wet from plumbing, and then mold's growing because of that. It's probably got to get gutted and redone and all that.
Right.
If it's that bad inside. But I'll talk to Daniel and Brandon because they'll tell me things that they've seen inside, and he took
He did.
measurements, and him and me will brainstorm. But I think the wetness, your crawl space is wet. I think gutters, are the main reason,
Okay.
which is the best scenario.
Gotcha.
And
And if
then-
you had to do a ballpark figure for gutters on the home, just a ballpark, not signing it and sealing it.
let me do a quick look. Yeah, I brought it.
The phone.
All right, let me. Lowe's, Concord Mills.
Here it is. Lowe's
Let
Home
me just see
Improvement.
what their retail price. We don't pay retail,
Gotcha.
but
That's
this
fine.
will just.
Give us a worst case scenario kind of number.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. Gutters. No, not daughters. You can tell I'm from up north. This is
Yeah,
a southern phone. I'm not leaving. I'm a damn Yankee, but
Hey.
I'm never.
Something brought you down here.
I'm tired of Michigan.
Ah, sheesh.
And gutters. $120. Not terrible. Probably just go with white.
Yeah.
4.5, 5.5. I would go with the bigger ones. I think out loud. Bear with me.
Hey, take your time, man. You're good. You're good. Everyone on my team is aware that I got this going on while simultaneously working, so we're good.
Let's see. 10 feet. I've got 66. 70, 70. Let's see. Let's just. You're probably about $1,200 in material. If we're just doing the gutters and the downspouts, let's say $1,300 just to be safe.
Mhm.
One day, 2 guys. I don't think it would be any more than $1,600 to $1,800.
Okay. Okay. That gives us a ballpark figure. That's cool.
And the ones we're using they'll be spliced with the bracket with the caulk in it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not the roll out one seamless gutter.
Okay.
And
We're
if you
good.
do it right, it's just as good.
Okay.
But you can't rush through it.
Right.
You know. So,
Right. Okay.
but that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
But I'll check on now. Do you need someone to price out the bathroom?
Yes. So we had a guy come out earlier. And this is the thing. My wife is 8 months pregnant.
That's what you
We
said.
got a due date, March 3rd. So we're gonna make a make or break here. We're either staying here, getting this work done, or we're leaving.
Okay. Would you mind if I went in and peeked at it?
Not at all. Not at all. If that's the type of work and something that we can look at, not at all.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I don't do fancy bathrooms.
Okay.
That you're not being fancy. I don't mean
Not be. We're not. Hey, we're
I'm
not.
not fancy either.
Okay.
All right, let me get my shoes off.
All right.
No, I'm saying people on your chat are saying that we have to call people about
Okay.
the Jira thing.
All right. Can you take this
Yeah.
and show him the bathroom?
Okay, you can follow me. Hello.
Smells good in here.
Oh yeah, getting lunch ready. Here is the
Oh,
bathroom.
yeah, this is from inside. Okay.
And everything, of course, in here. I'll turn some lights on for you.
Get a lot of them over there.
Oh yeah, you can move that. It's fine. Sorry about that.
Yeah, there's nothing for me to do there.
Okay.
So what we've been told, they didn't use waterproof caulking
Nope.
or mold resistant caulking on that. There's wood. They didn't pull the floor all the way up to the tub. You can see the mold there. You
Yep.
can see the mold coming here. We have it's like once a month we have this smell of a really raunchy smell. So that is what led us to believe that there must be some backup or leakage. Looking behind the toilet there, you can kind of see that it's worse towards the back of that toilet, and then it's just spreading from there. And I can get your light right here.
Seemed to be pretty solid on that wall. That would have been bad.
Okay.
Probably gonna be. This is plaster. This isn't drywall.
Right.
Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, that's drywall. They just rough repaired it. Okay.
So yeah, we're looking for someone who can do a one-stop shop. Now we got the quote from Daniel and Brandon
that takes care of
that took
taking
care
it
of the
out
mold.
and,
and-
treating it.
Correct, and
you
treating
need a
it.
price to put everything
Rebuild.
back in.
We need the rebuild pricing.
Now, are you good with tub kit, 3-piece tub kit? It's the better fiberglass tubs.
Okay.
And then it has, just like this, is 3 pieces.
Yes.
So it's 1, 2, well, it's a 3-piece surround with a tub.
Okay. Would it be the same tub? Oh, with the tub. Okay. Gotcha.
Boy, that's a metal tub.
Mhm.
What I would do is price out with a new tub. Okay? The fiberglass. And if we can take this metal tub out and it's not full of rust and that underneath, maybe we could put it back in and put the surround to use the old tub.
Okay.
You're only saving $380.
Okay.
You know, to have all new is probably if the best to make sure there's nothing left over.
Okay.
They're going to take it out. A lot of times these old tubs, the way they screw them in, you can't get the screws out, and you wreck it getting it out anyways.
Okay.
So if they're gutting it, I bet they're probably going to gut back to here. Well, this window, they're probably going to gut it all. I'll find out from Brandon what they've quoted on that.
Okay.
Then I'll quote out.
This floor got to be replaced.
Yep, I can feel it.
Yeah.
One. So you're about 6.5 feet wide. I would say you're 12 feet. I can bring in a tape. I'm just.
I'm about to say,
trying
I have a tape measure if you need me to grab one.
3, 4. You're 15 feet, 16 feet long. New subfloor, vapor barrier. I would use. We can do linoleum, but there's plenty of the mid-grade LVPs, which is plank.
Okay.
But it's compressed vinyl, luxury vinyl plank or luxury vinyl tile. It's all
Yep.
the same.
Yeah.
I would do that. It'll look nicer, and it's waterproof. I mean, it says it on the label.
Okay.
That is like with insulation, probably a $4 a square foot, but there's not that much square feet here. You're probably 100 square feet.
Okay.
They're gonna probably find a stud behind this, so they'll strip that all out. We can do that again, leave that all the same without moving that wall,
Okay.
because that'll fit a 5-foot tub kit.
Right then.
Right.
Okay.
That would, now if we had to move the wall because you want a custom shower or something, that would change the price. But if we can do that, your left hand, I can price this up. You're probably, to put it back in, probably around 35.
35. That's really good.
35, 4,000 depending, you know, but and I can do an exact price on that. I'll run out and get my tape measure.
Okay.
But yeah, if they're taking it out, that's
And you guys would work together.
right. So as soon as they were done,
Mhm.
because of your situation, I would, by the way, congratulations.
Thank you.
We would time it so as soon as they're done and the treatment, they know it's good, we would get me and my son in here. But it would probably, because we're going to do, okay, so this is the difference. We're not going to put just drywall back up. We're going to put up green board. It's just like drywall, but it's got green paper instead of white paper on it. It's not water or mildew proof, it's water or mildew resistant.
Okay.
So in new construction, they do green board around the tub area and they do drywall on the rest. But I would do that. Does that vent work?
Yes, that
Okay.
works.
So we would also double check to make sure that where that's venting, as long we don't want it to vent just into the attic. When I walk back outside, I think there's probably a vent over here on this side of the house that the moisture is venting out.
Okay.
They should be able to just clean up the window.
Right.
So I don't think you need to replace the window.
Okay.
So yeah, we can definitely.
And
we
this is
can
the type of
definitely do-
work you guys do.
Yeah,
We would
so-
just take your number for the bathroom rebuild, put it on top of Brandon
Right.
and their number, and that would be a total
Correct.
crawl space,
Correct.
floor, shower,
Yeah.
everything.
Now there might like the only thing that would be an unknown is, but the rest of the house seems pretty solid from the floor up. I would, if we saw when we took the subfloor out and we saw a bad floor joist
Okay.
and need to make a little repair
I see.
or put a pylon underneath it because we can get to it from here. That would be the only surprise cost.
Okay.
Okay. It's probably got old plumbing, so it would go from the old plumbing into new PEX. It's your house is probably ABS or black,
Okay.
black pipe, old school. We would put in the walls and that we would have PEX.
Okay.
So, and then right now that's leaving the ceiling alone.
Okay.
Now, if he takes it up and he sees, that would definitely take us up to $4,000 to put the green board above us.
Okay.
But I think 35, because it would be about a 3-day job. If we had mud that dried in a minute, it would be, but we would put, one day would be the flooring, the next day would be putting drywall on the walls, screwing it, getting the first mud. I'm sorry, it's probably more of a 5-day job.
Okay.
So, and we would calendar out our 5 days that we're here, because again, I know we're way under a time crunch.
Yes. Super time. So, in terms of a calendar, let's say, because this weekend we're making decisions on who's going to do this work.
So right now, I've got like 4 little jobs, and we got a fence and a deck. Again, I think out loud, just bear with me. We could probably start 2 weeks.
Okay.
I mean, you know, because, and what's good though,
2 weeks after they've done their remediation and
no, if
removal
they
treatment.
take everything out, so let's say they do that in a week,
Mhm.
it'd be only a week. Because
Ah,
I need 2 weeks to start another big job. Now, the plus to that is we've had to cancel our deck, move our fence because it's raining outside. We could get started, like if they did it tomorrow to get the mold out of here, then if it's a rainy day, I might come and say, hey, we're bringing the sheathing for the floor, we're going to get that done. I mean, you know, it's that we will not drag you out. Once we are on and we're actually starting, we would, unless I'm fitting you in for a day, but we'll have a scheduled date when we know, and we'll start on that day because you're inside.
Right.
Now, it's going to be dusty.
No, we'll be out of here. We won't be here. You guys have the
So
whole
what
house
I'll
to
do
work.
is I'll tape this window, keep the dust from, because drywall dust goes everywhere.
Yeah.
So we'll open this window, we'll stick a little old fan, you know, nothing, not some big industrial fan, but there will be dust in here.
Okay.
And I know from you know, when I had kids and did stuff, that's not a good thing to be, and it lands on everything.
Yeah.
So we would keep this closed to keep it as minimal as we can.
Probably take that off too. So
Yeah,
it's
we
just
can
in
even
this
double it
area.
up just to keep it. But yeah, that it's so finite, it just floats everywhere.
We had drywall in the kitchen just redone recently.
So, you know, and if Brandon and Daniel think this should come down too, which he might say, then
Worst case scenario, $4,000.
I think you're $4,000.
Bathrooms down.
I'll double check all that, but
Okay.
I think, you know, even with an estimated measurement, and that would be a vanity, one of those $150 vanities with a sink, pretty white, basic.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Not cheap,
Right.
but and all our stuff comes from Lowe's.
Okay.
We get all our stuff from Lowe's. So like they have one I just priced out. It was normally $160, and I can get it with my discount and the sales and all that for like $99.
Okay.
And it's a nice one. And it's sink in the middle, countertop. You know, it's a decent vanity. So we do that. You might as well put in a new toilet.
Yes.
That right now you can get those for $90, and I'm including that. So it would all be. Now the other surprise would be if, because you said smell, if that might be because the floor is sagged and it's broken the wax ring. That might be the smell you're getting. If we have to go below floor, I'll fix the flange. That's what the toilet's attached to. That's part of what we would do. If we open this floor and we see a crack underneath or something where the plumbing's turning, it might be another $50. It's not a big thing, but that would be another surprise.
That's okay.
Because once you're doing all this, you don't want to stink anymore.
Correct.
But I won't know that until I get it up.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. All right. Well, if you need to take any measurements,
No, I think I'm good.
You're good?
What'll happen is if we get rolling, everything I'm doing is estimates. I know. You know what? I'm going to take some measurements.
Okay.
I know you got to get back to work. Right?
you're fine. Hey, listen, they're aware that I have stuff to do.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, fun.
That's a man.
Love it.
That's a man. That's our man.
Oh,
$4,000 for
that's so funny.